team, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jojo and today I'm here to bring you guys a review and my thoughts and comparison on the new Hot Buttered Rum palette by Too Faced. This was just released and I'm going to compare it to one of my other faves, the Shake Your Pom Poms palette. So if you guys are interested in seeing what is going on with these two and whether they are alike but different or which one should I choose, just keep on watching. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe and leave me some lovin'. You guys can pick these ones up for $25 each. The Shake Your Pom Poms palette is only available on TooFaced.com, but the Hot Buttered Rum palette is available TooFaced.com, Ulta and Sephora. So first of all, I have a review and swatches and the whole shebang on the Shake Your Pom Poms palette. I will leave that link down below, and spoiler alert, but I freaking love this thing. It is the bomb diggity do. I decided to do the comparison because when I got this home, I was bummed. I was disappointed. What? Because I thought that I had brought pretty much the same palette as the Shake Your Pom Poms, and I'm thinking, good Lord Joe, you just wasted 25 bucks. Your husband is gonna be pissed. This was brought out as a holiday edition. There's a whole bunch of other things, and I did have my eye on the extra spicy gingerbread palette, but I was like, you know what, I'm a mum of three, I'm busy, I don't have time, nay, the mental capacity to think about making eyeshadow choices. I know that sounds lame, so I'm gonna stick to my simple eyeshadow palette decision and shoot for the Hot Buttered Rum. I got home, I swatched everything, I was like, I'm gonna return this because I feel a little bit duped that I spent $25 on a palette that I pretty much already have. They're the same shadows, or so I thought. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this little guy. It's just your basic kind of tin packaging, basically the same as the Shake Your Pom Poms. You get this awesome mirror, you get 8 shadows. Now, the reason why I was kind of drawn to this was because, again, it is neutrals, and I love my neutrals. But if you look at them pretty closely, I mean, it kind of looks like you're getting the same shadows, right? With the exception of this dark red and this kind of mustard yellow. And then in this one, you've got this kind of coral pink, this olive green, and almost this pearly pink. Aside from the brown neutrals, it looks like the same palette. So I'm going to swatch these shadows for you. I'm not going to try them on or anything because if you want to know about the formula, it's all in this previous video that I've done on this palette. They're creamy, they're smooth, the mattes are amazing, and the metallics are on point as well. I'm going to start by swatching the Hot Buttered Rum, and then I'll do it side by side with the Shake Your Pom Poms and we can decide. So first of all, I'm going to go in with this kind of metallic white, and the shade is Whipped Cream. Just your standard kind of metallic ivory white. It doesn't really have a lot of gold in it, but it is pretty much white. And the next shade is Bottoms Up, and it is this kind of neutral taupey brown. So Bottoms Up is just your beautiful kind of crease color there. Next one is Born to Rum. Ha, it's clever Too Faced, typical. This is like a gold copper. Very, very gold. And this one's really cool because it's like a chocolate brown, but it's got those kind of glitters through it. So I don't know why Too Faced does that, but the good thing about those glitters is that they do not translate on the eye. By the time that you brush them on, they're gone. And we have Vanilla Extra, and this is just your kind of basic matte white bone shade. That is Vanilla Extra. The following one is Warm and Fuzzy. This is like a metallic champagne. Warm and fuzzy. So warm and fuzzy. Okay, so the next one after that is this kind of toasty red, if you want to call it. It's more like a red orangey brown. And that shade is Sin, as in S-I-N. I'm on. And that is kind of a burnt red. So nice. So fall inspired. Love it. And the last one is this mustard yellow, again very fall inspired, and it is Buttered Rum. So that is all the shades there. Does this palette not scream fall to you? I mean, Thanksgiving as well, but fall, it is just so like fall inspired. I think it's great. So for the sake of the video, I've just zooshed up my swatches a little bit on the hot buttered rum side, and then I've also swatched the Shake Your Pom Poms palette on the other. So I'm gonna hold them up and compare them, and you guys can really have a good look at them. Okay, so this is what we've got going on. Can you guys see why I freaked out when I got home? The struggle is real! Got the Shake Your Pom Poms, and as you can see, we've got these kind of gold metallics going on. You've got this one here. I'm pretty sure this is vitamin C, and this is like a metallic champagne gold, bronzy, very dark, intense, right? This is Shake Your Pom Poms. And then if I go into my hot buttered rum, I have one that looks very, very similar, and this one down here is warm and fuzzy. Again, very, very similar. I want to say more of kind of a yellow feel to the hot buttered rum side, and then that is, what did I say, vitamin C. So that one looks quite a little bit more bronzy, but I'm going to just swatch them on my fingers and on my hands so you guys can have a look there. So, I mean, they swatch so good. Vitamin C and then warm and fuzzy from hot buttered rum. So they look very, very similar. Okay, comparing the next two very similar shades, there is this kind of metallic copper called Suns Out Buns Out. This is in the Shake Your Pom Poms palette. That is Suns Out Buns Out. It's very orangey based copper shade. Beautiful. And this one, I've got a very similar one up here, and this one is called Born to Rum. It is the same deal, very metallic-y and copper based. So this is them side by side. Born to Rum and Suns Out Buns Out. Again, I'm going to swatch them on my hands and we can see them side by side. Very, very similar. The next one in the Shake Your Pom Poms palette, we've got this dark brown, and this is called Less Bounce. Less Bounce. Dark matte brown, very basic. You've got this one as well. It's spiked, this dark brown here. Now the only difference with spiked is that it is matte, but it's also got those flecks of glitter through it. So they're all also a real similar brown, but different. You know, they're not, spiked isn't completely matte, but them side by side, same deal, really similar brown. And the fourth and last shade that was very, very similar, again in the Shake Your Pom Poms palette, we've got this matte kind of neutral brown, and this is called Tough Coconuts. I'm just gonna swatch this here. Oh my goodness, these mattes are so creamy. So that's Tough Coconuts in the Shake Your Pom Poms. And then in the hot buttered rum, you've got the same transitional brown here, and this one is called Bottoms Up. So I'm gonna swatch it again right next to it. And these are the two very, very similar transitional browns. Side by side. Again, they almost look identical. So I'm gonna talk about the differences and which palette I think you should choose depending on who you are. You're gonna choose a palette depending on the smell as well. I'm gonna shoot for the hot buttered rum because it smells like that. I don't know what hot buttered rum smells like. I've never tasted it before, but it smells sweet, warm, cozy, vanilla-y, caramelly, just, it smells delicious. Like, it smells like a dessert. It smells so good. The Shake Your Pom Poms palette, again, it's just confusing because they've reverted back to the old peaches palette. Peaches and cream. Yeah, it's not even the sweet peach palette smell. It's the peaches and cream. So although it is nice, this one is nicer, and it's probably because this is a new smell. We haven't smelled this before, whereas the peaches one is a little bit overdone, and I just felt like it wasn't fitting for a summer palette. You guys know that I chose the Shake Your Pom Poms palette because I'm completely neutral. I've only played around with the different colors a couple of times, and to be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of this kind of olive green. Although it looks so beautiful in the pan, this is I'm Outta Here. It had glitter fall out like nobody else's business. But out of the whole pan, that is the only one that I'm just not sure about. The pink, again, it looks very, very pink, but once you work it into the crease and blend it out, it kind of blends in with the other brown transitionals. So with the exception of the green, I feel like this is an overall really friendly neutral palette. When I initially looked at the Hot Buttered Rum, I'm gonna be honest, these two freaked me out. The red and the yellow, I wasn't sure about, but again, I was like, I'll play with it and then make an informed decision. I freaking love the look that this yellow and this red gives. When you just blend out the yellow into the crease really lightly, I feel like it just adds something different to what a brown is just gonna give you. I feel like I worked the yellow under the brown really, really softly, blended it out and diffused it, and I fell in love with it. It was just such a pretty hue of warmth that I haven't really had with an eyeshadow palette before. So I feel like this got me out of my comfort zone, and I'm glad that it did. Then when I played around with the red, I was afraid of the red because again, it's color, but I packed it on really, really gently. It just adds that kind of fall vibe, and I really, really loved it. So I want to say that the Hot Buttered Rum, it is quite a bit more neutral than the Shaky Pom Poms. This really was inspired by summer, and you can tell, you look at it and you're like, that looks summery. We've got this gold and this green, and it reminds you of like palm trees. This palette is awesome. I loved it. The formula is so spot on with these little ones, so I feel like I'm always gonna buy these. But the Hot Buttered Rum, if you're into your neutrals, I would really shoot for this one because it is a lot more of a neutral palette. So the 4 shades that I swatched were really, really similar. I got them home and I was disappointed, but then when I really gave the Hot Buttered Rum a good go, I completely changed my mind, and I thought this is totally my cup of tea. I think I will be reaching for this one a little bit more than the Shaky Pom Poms. I still really, really love this palette, but I feel like Too Faced just amped it up a notch when they brought this one out. So if you guys are wondering which palette to purchase and you're more of a neutral person, I would definitely go the Hot Buttered Rum. Those 2 colors that initially look a little bit scary, don't be afraid, girl. Just use a nice fluffy blending brush and you're good to go. Don't pack on too much and Bob's your uncle. Shaky Pom Poms, you're gonna go for this one if you like a little bit more zhuzh and a little bit more color. The pink and the green really add that. They're not in the same kind of category of color, so you do have to get a little bit more creative than just using the red and the mustard. Either or, they're awesome Christmas presents. I would still consider this one a Christmassy palette if you are from where I am, which is New Zealand, and it is summer over there during Christmas time. But this is just a staple neutral palette if you're on the go, if you're a mom like me and you just want quick, easy decisions to make. This is your best friend. I hope that helped. Again, I will leave the link down below for my Shaky Pom Poms review because I've swatched it, I've tried it on, the whole shebang. Lastly, I'll just give you a look of which is which. Shake your pom poms, shake your bonbon. No, that's not right, Joe. You've got it wrong again. Shake Your Pom Poms palette and the Hot Buttered Rum Holiday Edition, just brought out by Too Faced. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe because let's face it, I'm a new channel and I need your guys' help, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching and join me in my next video. Toodle bye.